Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the best SCP games as far as quality is concerned that I have played. As you can see, I've done a little Venn diagram of where they place in genre, because we're not going to be marking them based on quality. I've already done that with some of them. Some of them I've voiced my criticism about, some of them I've voiced what's good about them. Here we're just going to be talking about ones that you should check out if you're, I don't know, in the SCP Roblox community. So, first let's get everyone's favorite. That's right, SCP Roleplay. Now this goes in between roleplay and combat, because unfortunately at the current state of the game it is very combat oriented, despite having roleplay in the title. But I won't get into all that criticism, I'm sure you've heard it a lot, but it's a genuinely good game. There's a lot of fun you can have with it. I've seen people say you can't roleplay in public servers, and I think those people are American or European, and they do not get Australian and Asian servers, because I feel like if you want to, you can. You just need to learn not to get frustrated when things don't work out. But yes, it's a good game, high quality. There's a lot of playtime there. Next we're gonna get on to another one, which is Site Roleplay. That's right, SCP Roleplay's main competitor, and they go in the same category. I think I remember a lot of fighting when I was in that one. Site Roleplay, I have some criticisms about it, but once again, I will withhold. It's a lot bigger than SCP Roleplay, a lot more things and SCPs to interact with, but some of the problems mitigate that. But yeah, another good game. Next is one that if you're in this genre space, you might not know, and that's Taskforce. Taskforce is very different. It's about you as an MTF agent going out into the field and doing things in a first-person realistic shooter setting. Very fun, very high quality. Check it out. Next is one I have a bit of a not so great history with, which is SCP-3008. But I have to admit, it's a high quality game and it works for some people. Just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for you, which is kind of why I'm doing this video. I'm showing ones that I think are of high quality even if I have serious problems with them. And SCP-3008, one thing it has is quality. It's obviously a survival game. You need to eat, you need to survive the night. The next one we have is Project SCP, which goes in combat. I actually played it recently again. All my criticisms of it, I mean, the VR mode has gotten better. It's the only game on here, I think, which can be played in VR, which is pretty cool. As a person who owns a VR headset, finding good Roblox games that actually have VR that aren't just sandboxes, and that applies for the entire VR industry. Finding ones which aren't just, ooh, physics engine, and actually have, effort put into them and a story, they're actually quite rare. Like, there's still hundreds of them, but compared to the entire amount of VR games that have been created, the amount that aren't just here's a concept in VR. You can now do it. It's quite rare, and Project SCP is a great game. It does have some advantages still over Secret Laboratory, and yeah. Next we have Anomaly Breach 2. This is one that you guys might not have heard of. I think I streamed it several times actually. It's a good game. It's a Roblox recreation of SCP Containment Breach, and it does it really well. There's a lot of new concepts. I'd put it in the same category as Project SCP in the sense that it is different enough from the original that you can still play both of them. But yeah. Next we have one that probably is the least of quality here, but I'm still gonna put in rBreach. I remember smack talking at my first Project SCP video, and I remember someone in the comments was annoyed about it. But it was the I think it was the first SCP game I continually played on the platform. And I mean, if you can ignore its downsides for Project SCP, which I think is just a better game, it does have some unique features. It doesn't have a procedurally generated map, which can lead to a lot of speedrunning, I guess you could say. It has a bunch of unique SCPs, which none of the other games of that style have. And the last game we have is Scp Architect. Now, Scp Architect is very different from all these games. It is a base, well, not a base building game, it's a site building game where you build the containment site itself. It's actually really fun, and it doesn't belong in any of them, so I'm gonna put it out in the void. There we are, just sitting there. These are the main genres of SCP games, but as you can see here, I didn't all cleanly fit them into each. There are plenty of demonstration games and survival of specific SCP games, but I didn't include them because I felt like they aren't of decent quality, or I just haven't played them. I feel like they need to have a bit more meat on the bone before I add them to this. But yes, these are the games I would recommend to you. The links to all of these games in order are in the description. Go check them out if any of these interest you. I also have videos or streams of many of them, so if you want to look up more about the games, you can look at them up on my channel, or you can look them up on YouTube in general. A lot of these games do have some flaws that many people have outlined, and you can choose to ignore them if you want, or you can choose to accept them. It really depends. Sometimes some people can just completely ignore the shortcomings and have a great time, and other times they're game ruining. So honestly, take a lot of the criticism with a grain of salt, but except mine, obviously. But yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.